It's probably going to be like, I wouldn't be surprised if you're right, Brent. Like maybe a rogue dude like them or a rogue couple of dudes like them.
Pause.
Because what else? Huh?
He said pause.
Okay.
He's gonna get chocolate milk.
Me too.
I mean, I don't know. I gotta look some. I actually haven't really looked into that series. I gotta look into that. Now that we're like pulling it up, I gotta look into that because it's coming up, this movie. So it'd be nice to know a little research on it. Oh man, Apocalypse would have been nice too. Like that's what I'm saying, man. X-Men, like Apocalypse was like, oh my god. Just that Apocalypse alone, Apocalypse didn't even need anybody. That dude was just like a fucking walking robot. That he just got bigger, he got smaller. It was the original mutant. That was then like you got also with the X-Men, you got Mr. Sinister. Remember Mr. Sinister? That dude, you know, like that was another big bad guy back in the days with Marvel. Mr. Sinister?
Yeah. They need to bring him in. Omega Red.
Yeah.
Right? Or Wolverine, Omega Red. Omega Red, that's another sick character. I mean, he's not like one of them world-killing characters, but that series alone and him going against the X-Men, he took out half the X-Men. Just him alone, he knocked out half of them. He always had to take up Wolverine, always had to kick his ass, and he always had a hard time with him too. You know, but like they're missing out on that friend. Like they really fucked up that part of the MCU. Like they need to fix that. Like you could turn the X-Men into the next Avengers. You know what I'm saying? Like you can make so much money off of the X-Men because there are so many characters in the X-Men that are potential like billion-dollar movies. Like potential because and then just bringing the X-Men together, you can make a movie. You know what I mean? Because you start off with Professor X, Cyclops, Jean Grey. Huh?
I mean, it all depends on the casting. Obviously, if you can get strong actors to carry these roles, you don't want to hire actors just for their namesake alone, because we see what happens when you do that. The casting for X-Men was all carried off the backs of two people. You know, you had Professor X as Patrick Stewart, and then you had what's the name as Wolverine.
Yeah, like they were the most perfect people to play those characters.
Those only guys they got right.
I'm like the only one who says this. I don't like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine because
he was Wolverine too tall and skinny.
Yeah, no, Wolverine's supposed to be a short, stocky dude who, if you want to say he's handsome, fine, but he's handsome in the most rugged of ways. You have this tall ass, handsome Australian dude as Wolverine, and the only thing he seemed to get right was those damn sideburns, and it took all the way to the last movie to portray him as he should have been portrayed. I can't blame him for that. It all depends on, I guess, who
the writers. The writers.
No, not the writers.
Writers too.
No, but who's doing the choreography? Sorry. It all depends on them.
Yeah, makeup, everything. Yeah, I guess.
You know, it all depends on them.
But they were perfect. I'm sorry. I mean, I get what you mean as far as, yes, he was not 4 feet tall like Wolverine is, or whatever, 4'5", whatever the fuck Wolverine's size is really. And he wasn't as Diesel. I get you on that one because Wolverine is like a jacked fucking ape. But as far as like the role, I didn't feel he was that bad. You know, I feel like Hugh Jackman did a horrible part. Patrick Stewart, on the other hand, perfect Professor X. Now, if you want to go who I didn't think wasn't a bad younger version of Professor X, I thought the kid from I think that was the Future Past or whatever, the guy
James
that
McAvoy?
did that. Yeah, I didn't think he did a bad job. Granted, the movie sucked. but I didn't think he was a horrible Professor X. If they wanted to do a younger version of Professor X,
I like him. Ultimately, the best thing you can do with these movies are just erase them and recast them.
Yeah.
I got total faith in Marvel casting. They do amazing jobs. Whoever their talent scout is, big shout out to them because they were able to help choose these characters who embody these roles and embodying these roles when they play them on screen. It's like, yo, like, can you picture anyone else as Tony Stark? No.
no,
I know
yeah.
I know you're not a big
RBJ was
fan of
perfect.
him, but Chris Evans as Captain America, that's Captain America to me.
No, he did.
Now
He
you
did.
now you
No,
got
he.
Sam.
I mean, I'm not. I didn't like him as an actor until he was Captain America. Honestly,
Okay.
because I thought he did. He did an excellent role. I agree with you. Excellent role in that. He was. He was Captain America.
I mean, their casting
I saw
is so
it.
good. I mean, you have like Terrence
The best
Howard
Johnny
as
Storm
never
there
mind.
is. I mean,
Huh? What's that?
he's the best Johnny Storm there is.
There we go.
Oh,
Fantastic
Four.
Four.
That's
Don't say no more.
another one, man. That's another flop that they need to fix. Even though they try to reboot that movie about what 3 times. That's another one.
Fox tried to reboot it, but the problem was it was Fox doing it. Now that is in Marvel's hands. The big rumor out there is they're gonna play a part in Ant-Man 3. So there you go. There's already been a cool little Easter egg in WandaVision where they Sword mentions that they have a team who's lost in space, which kind of harkens to how the Fantastic Four got their powers. So they're starting to set that up.
If they're setting it up.
Yeah. So
Apparently, WandaVision, the people that did the show, they just did a show, and all those Easter eggs that we thought were Easter eggs weren't. It was just part of the storyline, and they just made a show. And they're like, "Oh, well, we didn't even mean to do that, but if the fans saw that, then okay." But they had no clue. So,
dude, that's.
I think that's something that they have to say. That's something they have to
Marvel.
say.
That's Marvel.
That's
Disney
no idea.
saying, yo, that's Disney saying no, and that's Marvel saying no. We didn't really mean to do that, but they meant to do it all. These people they mean to do everything. They're just playing the fool because they don't want anybody, sniffing on anything that they got next.
Yeah, that's another big thing. They with their reveals, they have to have total control over it. They want to they want to be a big part of when things get revealed and when little things get dropped and teased. Marvel has that chokehold on there. It's rare that we find out something without them having a hand in it.
Like this kid is messing up with them though. Like if you ever see Tom Holland, the Spider-Man kid, he keeps trying to put shit on the social media and he keeps getting in trouble with them.
That's the thing. I think now though, it's purposely done. It's a game basically. Like they're giving him information because it's stuff that they want leaked, and I think the stuff that can't be leaked is not. Like there's a lot of hype going into the Spider-Man movie, and a lot of it is not necessarily stuff that Tom Holland said. It's you have the original actor who played Doc Ock, and he went flat out and said, "Yeah, I'm in this movie." Same thing with Jamie Foxx. He's playing Electro. He's reprising his role as Electro. They're purposely building hype for this movie. You have Tom Holland even said this is the most intricate solo superhero movie, outside of like the Avengers. Like he's purposely setting the bar high, and I don't think they would do that unless they're just gonna amaze us with something crazy.
I'm still wondering what the fuck that's gonna be about. Like what the whole scene on that is. Like who? I mean, okay, you see the 2 villains. You see 2 villains so far, 3 villains. Like I still feel it's the Sinister Six. It's gonna be popping up on this, but the way they're doing it is so weird because they turned the Sinister Six into a multiverse, like verse of this movie. You know what I'm saying? To me, he went against the Sinister Six, the comics by what I think Venom. You know what I mean? Or I don't even know if it was with Venom. He might have done it by himself almost, and almost got killed pretty much multiple times against the Sinister Six Spider-Man. But it's interesting. I'll watch it because it's definitely a different take.
I think the smartest thing for them to do if they're gonna give us a Sinister Six movie is never mention in the title. Surprise us. You know, if the movie was called Spider-Man: The Sinister Six, there's so many people who know what that is. They're not necessarily racing down the block again. Not necessarily people who are even fans of comics, but people who grew up watching the cartoon, people who have played the video games. You know, people who are hip enough to know, oh, Sinister Six, yeah, isn't it like a group of 6 villains? You know, and I think the biggest surprise they can do would be to give us that movie without even like putting that in the title. How awesome is it going to be if you're watching, you know, this movie, and all of a sudden we're counting the enemies on screen and their appearances is like, oh my God, they're setting up the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you have to do in these movies now. You know, regular fans are so invested in Marvel movies, they have to come up with intricate ways to surprise us. You know,
Well, I mean, they're really trying with this. I like the fact that they are trying a lot with the Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is a big fan gazer. Everybody loves Spider-Man, you know, and I'm happy they're doing Spider-Man. He's one of my favorites too, and I don't know. Let's see how this next one goes. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, and they always have a twist. They always have a different twist with the new Marvels these days. So we'll see. We'll see.